Could you start by telling me your name and your age?
Stephen Davis, 51.
Anthony Watling, and I'm 79 years of age.
My name's Bryn, I'm 22.
I'm George Capper and I'm 20.
My name's Toby Britton Watts and I'm 19 years old.
Could you please tell me about the women in your personal life?
I have 2 daughters and a wife and a mother.
My wife, Anne, my daughters, Suzanne and Gillian, granddaughters, Sophie, Rebecca, Anna and Elspeth.
You were raised by your mum.
Yeah.
Would you say she had an influence on you?
Yeah, because she was my father was killed in the war when I was 5 years old. So she raised me and my brother and sister on her own. So yeah, she had a great deal of influence because she had to be a tough woman.
So there's my partner,
Mm-hmm.
the same age as me, we met at university. Then there's my immediate family, my mum, and then I have 2 younger twin sisters. I work in university, and in my department, while unfortunately we are a very, very male-dominated department, in my immediate circles we have a slightly better representation of women, a couple of whom I work with very closely. Someone I work with very closely, she comes from Uzbekistan, and we talk a lot about, and so her upbringing was almost like entirely different from mine, and enjoy sharing stories of that.
My mum, she's like my hero. My sisters, they mean pretty much everything to me. Because I grew up with like only them. My mum raised me along with 2 other kids while being extremely poor, just giving meals.
It's quite a few. I live with a group of girls and it's my mum, who I don't really get on with very well. Yeah, that's kind of it really.
Would you say that in any way you're dependent on a woman?
I don't know. It'd be sad if they weren't around. My wife does an awful lot for me, but if she wasn't there, I'd have to do it myself, which I would miss her greatly for. So I do rely on her, yes.
Sometimes, yeah, Grandma. Oh, Anne.
In what way?
Well, when I'm not well, when I can't do things, she looks after me.
Would you say you rely on any women for emotional support?
Yeah. My wife, Anne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's a fair comment.
I think my partner in particular is a very important part of my, emotional important to talk to. Yeah, I think so. Yes, I would say so.
I wouldn't say I'm dependent. I'd say I rely on my mum for emotional support, but I wouldn't say I'm dependent on her for emotional support. Because I internalise a lot of things, but I don't have anyone male in my life that I would go to other than my mum.
Yeah, I am for sort of financial and emotional support, I guess.
Outside of your personal life, are there any women that you personally class as a role model?
Role models?
Yeah.
No. Role models, no.
None that are women?
I don't think I have any role models. I mean, when I first joined my current company, there were women in the company who knew an awful lot more about certain parts of the job than I did, and I learned a lot from them, because my profession is probably female dominated. So a lot of the people I learned from were women, but now I've probably caught them up, and some of them I've probably overtaken, and some of them have moved on, and yeah.
You're allowed to say no.
No, I'm.
No, you don't.
I mean, I've been reading a lot recently. Well, I've been reading a lot recently about Ada Lovelace, because the kind of work that I'm doing at the moment is close-ish to what she did, and there's so as well as being very innovative in academic sense. The thing that she's probably more famous for is her role in increasing the standing of women within mathematics. Which been dead for many years, but
Cool.
a role model, yes.
Janis Joplin. There's a lot, especially musicians, that I just admire for their pure creativity within their art form, whether it's musicians or chefs, or I couldn't come up with examples because I don't really have people in my head that I could think of, whether they're male or female. It's just like, I listen to so much and review so much, especially within food and things like that, like, I mean, you've got like Nigella Lawson, you've got like people that I watched growing up that inspired me to cook, and then you've got people that inspired my music tastes. I mean, in the Commodores, in like Earth, Wind and Fire.
No, not really, no.
Okay, that's perfect, thank you.